In today's review, I'm filming the 2025 Toyota Corolla GR. This one is painted in Toyota's Supersonic Red. Let's talk about pricing here for the Corolla GR. Starting price is at $43,440. This one stickers for $46,777. If you guys are on the market for a Toyota, be sure to check out South Dade Toyota and extra Tony or Nick, and they will get you into your next vehicle. Let's talk about the exterior styling here for the Corolla GR. This is going to be the most aggressive looking Corolla that money can buy, and I love the Supersonic Red with the black interior. We'll talk about the interior once we actually get inside the vehicle, but as you guys can see, like I mentioned, very aggressive styling here. All models of the Corolla come standard with these full LED projector headlights with this LED daytime run light and LED turn signal, and down here at the lower part of the fascia, very aggressive front lip splitter here, front parking sensors. All this is going to be functional to keep that 3-cylinder engine cool. Like I mentioned, yes, this is a 3-cylinder engine. This houses Toyota Safety Sense 3.0 if I'm not mistaken, or their driver's assistance tech. It also has GR there in the actual grille to let you guys know this is the performance model of the actual Corolla. But stepping back here, as you guys can see, like I mentioned, very compact hatchback here in this segment. One of the smallest hatchbacks in this segment, with an overall length of 173.6 inches with a 106.9 inch wheelbase. And as you guys can see here, I love the multi-spoke gloss black finish rims here with the GR red caliper brakes there. These are a 235/40. They're wrapped in this Michelin tire, which is an 18-inch rim design. Massive rotors, as you guys can see here, to give this vehicle stopping power. Once again, a 3-cylinder engine. Can't wait to talk about the actual powertrain specs. It's very crazy how Toyota engineered that actual engine. But looking here, there's the GR badge here on the side fender, and this is going to be functional, it looks like, to push the heat out from the vehicle with this LED sight marker here. And Toyota didn't want to mess with the actual structure of this vehicle, so sadly the GR does not come with a sunroof. Of course, there's no panoramic sunroof here in this segment. As you guys can see, gloss black trim or black trim around the actual window wells. Making our way towards the rear of the vehicle, as you guys can see, full LED tail lights here, which is a turn signal, brake light, and reverse light. There's the GR Corolla badge there, and there's rear parking sensors with the 3 exhausts here at the bottom. I'm gonna let you guys hear how that sounds really quick. And as you guys can hear, this thing has a really good sounding exhaust, unlike the Type R. There's the Toyota logo there with the backup camera. Put your hand here, and it does open up the manual cargo here. Toyota says this has 17.8 cubic feet of space. There's some actual storage off here to the sides, and underneath here, Toyota does give you, it looks to be no spare tire, but there's a 12-volt battery underneath there for the accessories. And if you guys fold down the seats, I'm not sure what Toyota says about how much cargo is back here once the seats are folded, but I'll estimate maybe around like 26-27 cubic feet or so. And there's LED lights back here as well with this actual tunnel cover to keep people from peeking through your actual rear glass. Looking at the interior of the Corolla GR here, I love the nice leather with the nice GR inscripted in the actual headrest here with this plastic aluminum like trim with a nice sway. This also has heated seats, no cool seats. But let's start up the vehicle here. Put your foot on the brake and press the GR start stop button right here, and you're greeted by this 12.3-inch display, which has a nice graphic of GR here. As you guys can hear, the vehicle starts up good. I love the nice sound from the actual exhaust here, even though this is a 3-cylinder. Looking over here is going to be your illumination switch control, your automatic high beam switch, your trip reset computer is going to be here. There's a heated steering wheel, and for your wind wiper functions there. This is a hood latch for the hood. And shutting the door here sounds pretty good. The materials are really nice, soft touch material with this black painted door handle, nice stitching. The window controls feel typical Toyota, which feels really good. There's your lock controls, your mirror controls are here. Storage here. This also has the Toyota logo there, and your driver's assistance control. The turn signal stocks and stuff in this vehicle feel typical Toyota, which feels really good. There's paddle shifters here because my model does have the 8-speed automatic transmission. You can get the actual 6-speed manual if you would like. This also has wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. I'm not sure what happened to the wireless function, but it was connected here to my actual phone. But once it pops up, I'll show you guys the actual CarPlay and so forth. But looking at the materials on the actual dashboard here, soft touch ejection molded plastic, which feels really good. And you can customize this 12.3-inch display to show you different functions and whatnot. Going over here, it does show you your actual coolant temperature and so forth, your G-force meter, your adaptive cruise, your eco and so forth. So you can customize the screen to your liking. And it's also a display here for the actual PSI for the actual turbo, because this is a 3-liter turbo engine. This does have dual climate control, nice leather. It's continued on the actual dash, nice stitching. Looking at the glove compartment here, pretty large storage here that you guys can see here. Turning on the actual Apple CarPlay. Let me see, I have to connect my phone really quick. After connecting it in, there's also a wireless phone charger down here, and it does fit my iPhone in there pretty well. You can also turn it on and off. There's heated function here. Like I mentioned, you can just switch it on and off if you would like, but there's no cool seats, unfortunately. Looking here at the Apple CarPlay, you can take up this display here, but there's a lot of unused real estate, so I wish Toyota would have made the actual head unit a little larger. Maybe for the next generation they might offer that. Looking here at your Waze integration, very nice size of the screen, but just a lot of unused real estate there. But like I mentioned, the seats are very supportive and comfortable. Up here is going to be full LED lights throughout the interior. There's no sunroof. Toyota didn't want to mess with the actual structure of this vehicle. There's a traditional handbrake here. You guys can do those J turns. This is your drive mode selector here, which has sport, custom, normal, and eco. As you guys can see, it dials down, it tones down on the actual exhaust here, as you guys can see, with it being in the eco mode. Putting the vehicle into reverse, there's a backup camera, no trajectory, just distance markers. Kick it down here to drive. Over to the left, there's a manual mode, and if you guys don't want to use the actual paddles, but if you guys want to switch your own gears, I will just recommend getting the actual 6-speed manual instead of the 8-speed automatic transmission. Push down here for track, and it does show down here in this little gauge there for it GR4 normal, gravel, and like I mentioned, you press and it goes into an actual track. So this vehicle does have all-wheel drive, and this vehicle also does lack storage. So like I mentioned, you guys probably want to put most of your items in the actual glove box. Nice leather here around the drifter here, and there's this large area here. Put your phone. It does have this rubber like material, but my phone does not fit, unfortunately, so I would just keep it in the actual wireless phone charger area. There's a USB-C port there with a 12-volt. But overall, the interior of the Corolla does not disappoint, and it does have that JBL sound system, which sounds pretty good if you guys want to tune at that exhaust as you guys are zipping down the actual road. Let's take a look at the back seat of the Corolla GR here. As you guys can see, this is a performance car, so it's going to be a tight pinch selling this to your spouse. As you guys can see, also the door kind of opens at a good angle, so you guys can put the child seat back here. And it also has your latch points down there, so you can secure the actual child seat. I love the nice suede with the nice leather here. But getting back here into the back seat of the Corolla here, it is a tight pinch and squeeze. Toyota says this has 29.9 inches of legroom space. There is 2 mat pockets here for storage. Like I mentioned, nice high quality materials with the suede. Above me, there's going to be this LED light. There's no sunroof because Toyota didn't want to mess with the actual structure of this vehicle. There's some gloss black, nice padded trim here, nice painted door handle with the cup holder here. And closing the door, the materials are going to be a hard touch plastic here in the upper portion, but the other materials here are going to be really nice. But overall, the back seat of the Corolla doesn't feel like a penalty box, but you guys can fit your family back here. But if you're over 6 feet tall, I don't recommend sitting back here. I would recommend being the passenger or the driver. Looking at this engine bay here, as you guys can see, I love the actual engine cover here. It's displacing the 3-cylinder here with these 3 markings with the red cover here, a red accented trim. It says Turbo GR. Toyota says this is their 1.6 liter turbocharged 3-cylinder engine. As you guys can see, it also has a GR intake there. Then, like I mentioned, Toyota did some crazy engineering. So basically this has 100 horsepower per cylinder, which is freaking crazy how much engineering Toyota put into this actual engine. But this motor does make 300 horsepower and 295 pound-feet of torque as this vehicle sits here with the all-wheel drive. It weighs in at 3,300 pounds, and Toyota says you can still get a 6-speed manual transmission if you guys want to be lazy like most Americans here, and you guys can now option in and get that 8-speed automatic transmission, which this is what the vehicle that I have today filming today, it does have the 8-speed auto. But once again, if you guys don't want to be lazy, you can still get the 6-speed manual transmission. Fuel economy, if you guys truly care, it's rated at 21 in the city and 28 on the highway. So guys, it's fun to be, or finally to be, behind the wheel of the Corolla GR hatchback here. I think this could be a practical family vehicle if you truly want it to be. But let's start off here with a quick acceleration run here, very quickly here. Let's put into its sport mode, because you guys can hear the exhaust console open up a little bit more. And I'm going to turn off the actual traction here. I'm going to brake boost it. Oh my god, this thing is a freaking rocket. It weighs in around 3,300 pounds, so this thing is pretty darn quick. And I love that it has the PSI gauge here in the actual 12.3-inch display. And this thing, oh Toyota, great performance. Going around this corner here, you can feel the balance. I don't feel like it's gonna go in the opposite direction. It handles very well, even though it's a lightweight vehicle here. Fuel economy, guys, I mentioned was 21.28. I was actually reading the wrong fuel economy numbers. This gets 19 in the city, 27 on the highway, and 22 combined. So that's definitely an improvement in some factors. Or it's 1 to 2 mpg less. I think I was quoting the actual fuel economy for the 6-speed manual. I keep wanting to say automatic, but I'm not sure why. But this 8-speed does a really good job of going through the gears and being in the meat of its power band. This is a 1.6 liter turbocharged 3-cylinder. Thank you. It's a 3-cylinder, and you get attention. People will literally stop for you to see this car, like this guy in this Corolla here. Let's do another acceleration run. I'm not gonna brake boost it. I'm gonna just floor it. Oh my god, this thing has that oomph. It has a kick to it, and I love that. And it's very smooth the way this vehicle handles. And honestly, you can make this a daily driver. Believe it or not, you can make this vehicle a daily driver. For me, I would say it's still practical as a family car. If you have a very small family, you could definitely put a child seat back there and whatnot. You have the anchor points to latch it down, of course. That comes in most modern cars. But just one more time, this time with the traction on, I turn the traction back on. I'm just gonna just floor it. This thing literally puts a smile on my face. And going around the corner here, you can really attack these corners here, and it handles very well. I'm super impressed by the engineering. This also has a McPherson front strut, and you also can get this vehicle with all-wheel drive. We can split the all-wheel drive, and I don't feel the all-wheel drive cutting the power. It does a good job of, you know, handling the power. Like I mentioned, it's only 300 horsepower per cylinder, 295 pound-feet of torque. I think Toyota should have upped the torque a little bit more. This engine is really good. It puts the power in the meat of its power band. And going over some of these potholes here, even though this is a track-capable vehicle, those Michelin tires do a really good job of keeping it very smooth, very compliant on the road. Visibility-wise, great visibility. You also have Toyota Safety Sense, I think 3.0 if I'm not mistaken. So you have lane keeping assist, emergency braking, rear cross traffic alert, blind spot monitoring, adaptive cruise, all the nice features you guys will want in a modern day car. Toyota throws here at this track-capable Corolla, also with those GR red calipers, which I think is a nice touch, especially with this supersonic red exterior paint. This interior doesn't feel like a pinch, but I love how I can still kind of not reach over here to this actual door panel, which it simplifies that this vehicle is a little bit wider. You can kind of see some of the bulges on the outside, like I showed you guys on the exterior shots there. But overall, I like that Toyota offers wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. As you can see, my iPhone is right here. It's not connected to an actual cord or nothing. But if you guys don't like the wireless feature, you guys can. If you guys don't like the wireless feature, my apologies, you guys can actually connect the actual Type-C port there. But this vehicle literally puts a smile on my face. And this thing will haul ass. But it's also a police magnet, because look at the color. It's supersonic red. You would literally see this thing like a sore thumb because of the bright red exterior color. But this interior is really nice. It does have heated seats, no cool seats. But overall, this vehicle is definitely worth buying if you guys are looking to spend around $47,000. After spending time with the Corolla GR, this vehicle screams everything about performance, from the 3-cylinder engine, from the way this vehicle drives. I love the technology. And overall, Toyota, you did a fantastic job. You literally threw everything at the Corolla GR as much as you guys could. And once again, crazy performance. Fuel economy is still decent in this segment. It's a little bit better, if not worse, than some of the other competitors, but I think Toyota did a really good job once again with the GR Corolla. With that being said, hope you guys have enjoyed this full review here on the 2025 Corolla GR, and I will see you all in the next video.